Mahindra's original XUV, the 500, was not world class. It was poorly engineered but beautifully packaged. People would call you crazy if you told them to not buy one back then. Mahindra had really polished the hype around it with its design, its features, and price. But on the road, the story was crude and unfinished. It got better with time, but it was a poor ambassador for Indian engineering. The XUV500 was exported across the world. Today is the XUV700's turn. It's traveling the world and wowing people with style and substance. Driving it today, well after the hype of its launch has died out, it still feels impressive enough to take on newer and fresher rivals. If you are in queue for one, wait for it. If you see one abroad, wave at it. But how did Mahindra and the XUV700 get here? And is it really world class? To go world class, you have to take a deep breath and calm things down, like Mahindra has done to a great extent with the XUV's design. This is still a head turner. You will notice it as it drives by. The face is bold and its size gives it road presence. But it isn't shouting for attention like the old 500 did. But it could do stuff better. Those pop-out door handles are awkward to use and frankly are a bit pervy. The new Mahindra logo looks delicate and feminine to me, and its Twin Peaks designation sounds like an insider joke. Well, let's go clean, and the rear should definitely become less fussy. A cleaner look is a classier look. Mahindra has really stepped things up on the inside. There are fewer colors, fewer textures, fewer lines. It just makes the cabin look more classy and more sophisticated. The step up in quality is also massive. The only catch is Tata. They've stepped up the game on this front massively, and it makes the XUV seem a bit boring now. It's also feeling a bit dated with those large bezels for the screens. The resolution for the blind view monitor isn't great either. The plastics for the switches on the center console felt tacky at launch, and they feel cheaper still today. The chunky design for the speaker grills and the yellow shade make it seem like it's aged faster than the rest of the car. By 2023 standards, the XUV's equipment list isn't wow, but it's good enough. You've got a large panoramic sunroof, you've got 2 digital displays, you've got a great sound system, you've got memory seats for the driver, and there are the misses. There's no ventilated seats, and there's no auto IRVM. There are big misses in the rear too. Forget about the sunshades. The middle row doesn't slide, so you can't push back and lounge. The third row is not meant for adults because the headroom is tight. Also, you might feel a bit claustrophobic because the middle row does block the view forward a fair bit. I should have probably said this earlier. Why doesn't it have captain seats yet? Also, as a 7-seater, it's best for city use. Because with all 3 rows in use, the boot space in the XUV700 is more than what's offered on the Tata Safari. It's usable, but still not enough for a weekend trip. Mahindra's had a reputation for suspension that would make people sick. The Xylo was a great example of this. The XUV500 wasn't as bad. It was just bouncy and rattly and tiring to drive. The XUV700 is nothing like it. This feels like a modern-day SUV. Bad sections of road are dealt with casually. It just soaks stuff up and settles right back down. The faster you go, the better it feels. The SUV quotient is also exaggerated with the way you sit high up in the front seats, even at their lowest seating position. But it isn't big and heavy to drive. It actually feels hatchback-like, light and easy. If the steering had more feel, I would even call it fun. But as is, it is safe and enjoyable. Good job, Mahindra. Also, thanks Ford. Remember, this was co-developed with them. To Mahindra's credit, Ford wanted engines from them, which have always been smooth and easy to use. The new family of engines on the Thar and here on the XUV are even better than before. They are truly world-class. The turbo diesel and the turbo petrol. The diesel with the 6-speed automatic is a great all-rounder, eager every day and willing on weekends. The turbo petrol has a lot more punch, but without all-wheel drive, that added enthusiasm is wasted. Enthusiasm can be seen in other areas too, like with the techie stuff. The tire pressure monitoring system has an assist feature, which, when you're inflating the pressures, will honk softly to let you know when the pressures are at the right level. There is a built-in dash cam functionality with a 360-degree camera. However, the clips cannot be accessed without going to a service center. Mahindra offered ADAS technology with adaptive cruise control and stop-go functionality right at launch, which was impressive. But some of the enthusiasm is misplaced. The lane keep assist functionality can let you drive without touching the steering wheel for a minute, easy. And that has been misused. Many things have been work in progress, like the Android Auto, Apple CarPlay wireless connectivity, which was rolled out via updates, but many owners are fuzzy about it. There are also UI misses. The drive mode switch doesn't let you toggle through the drive modes, it does nothing but open up that menu. That could be simpler. The sense that the XUV700 is work in progress could be felt in more serious ways. There was a recall for its wiring harness. Owners complained of suspension noise. Mahindra worked hard and fast to rectify these. For a world-class product, that should not be needed. The after-sales service also needs to be better. Can they do it? Well, look at how far the product has come. It's solid. It scored 5 stars in Global NCAP's crash tests as well. The XUV700 in one regard is old school Mahindra. It's great value. In every other way, this Mahindra and the Mahindra that made it are completely different from the time of the XUV500. So is the XUV700 world class? No, not yet. The 700 though makes a statement. It shows that Indian engineering and world class aren't that far apart. Mahindra can get there, they just need to stay the course. For a touch of class, they need to shout less and whisper more. For that sense of enduring ability, they need to do fewer things, but do them right the first time.